Let's talk about Ramadan and how things are going for you guys out there. We've got a few more days left. I hope it goes really well, and inshallah, the last 10 days are vital. So guys, make the most of it and take it from there. So today, the guest we have someone called Aisha Asif. Aisha, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And we have Akila Omar back again. Assalamu alaikum, Akila.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you today? You okay?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. So, we listen to many business shows throughout the year, and a lot of business shows talk about, have accountants on, or they talk about tax and stuff like that. But on this business show, what I want to do is talk to people and get case studies on experiences and how them experiences have elevated yourself, because your experiences are going to be the best thing for others to hear, but the best thing for others to action and listen and get inspired by. So our guest today, let's start with Akila back again. It's good to have you back again.
Thank you.
And you've got that smile on your face. If you can see her on camera, she's just got this smile on her face, and this is a strong smile.
And that contagious laugh.
Yeah, I mean, you were nervous on the last show. Today you seem quite calm.
Yeah, I think I feel good. It's just the first initial show, and that we had a really good response to that. So I feel like this one's definitely we're going to get a good response.
Brilliant. Okay, guys. So listeners out there, my listeners, the viewers on Facebook, YouTube, whatever we're on at the moment, we've got Instagram, YouTube, guys. What you can do is tune in and put messages on there. We can respond to that, or call into the studio line on 0116 4822 086. If you don't want to talk and you're a bit shy, then that's not a problem. I'm okay with that. Then just text us on 077 488 55055. In the studio, we've got Yasir in the background, and he's got a beautiful smile today, and he's going to be giving us these messages so we can. He's not smiling. He's got a serious face now. So we can get these messages to our guests here and go through that. So Aisha, first of all, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, alhamdulillah.
And how's your Ramadan been?
This was good. Now it's almost gone, so a few days left.
Brilliant. So tell us about what you do. I mean, the show itself today is about single parents. So there's a lot of single parents out there, and they want to thrive in business. And someone like Aisha Asif, who's a great inspiration, to be honest, for me and for many others, where she's established a business. And we just kind of want to dig into that. Want to dig into how you sort of got involved in business, and maybe that can inspire a lot of people out there. If it inspires 1%, it makes a massive difference, Aisha. Don't you agree?
Yeah, true. I completely agree with that. And that's the only purpose to come here, to inspire people. And especially ladies, single mom, to come forward and fight with your own fears and conquer everything you want to be. It wasn't easy. Like when I started, I've been single mom 2-3 years ago, but it was not easy we say it. It was hard for me, but it was a series of pain I go through. But then I thought either I'll be on the ground and dependent on others rather than picking myself up and stand up for me and my son.
Aisha, that itself, that statement you just said right now, to be honest with you, got me a little bit emotional, because not a lot of people know this, but I was raised by a single parent. And I just right now, I thought of my mom right now, just for a second. I recall being that young kid. So what you just said just reminded me of my mum for a second. So you talk about pain and struggle. What sort of diverted you? What was that point of change where you thought, I need to do something here?
The transition from a jolly girl to entrepreneur and being a single mom, it was pain, trauma. But at the point, I thought I should change this pain into motivation. I should build myself a reputation, because my name been dragged through mud. So I want to use my skills, abilities, courage, and I want to build a successful business.
Sure. I mean, just to be right, pre-show, we go through sort of like a case study with yourself, and you've been in the UK for 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
So that must have been a big boundary for you as well. Looking at setting up a business, was that a massive boundary for you?
Yes, it was, because not so many people know me. because I didn't born and brought up here. So making your own place here was
Sorry, Ash, where are you from?
Pakistan.
From Pakistan.
Yeah, sorry, carry on, Aisha. Akila just jumped in there with a
that's
quick
fine.
sorry. Let her speak, Akila.
So I need to know where she's
We will
from.
get there. We'll get there. Sorry.
I'm from Pakistan and a small town there, Gujar Khan, and it's a big thing. So many girls like me who came from back home, they can inspire from my story, so they can achieve what they want. So it's not impossible for anyone.
So Aisha, we get that you come into the country. You went through an unfortunate sort of situation in your life, which we don't really need to get into too much. And then you then sort of transitioned to sort of go through a point of thought process where you said, wait a minute, I've got to do something positive. So let's talk about that change, because I think a lot of the viewers out there and the listeners want to really kind of know what made you sort of ignite and make that change, because it's not easy setting up a business. Akila, agree?
100%. It's not easy getting yourself out of a dark place. And if you've done that, then people want to know how you do that.
It's a personal choice, like either you want to stay on the ground or you want to fly high. It's a personal choice. I would have chosen to be a loser, a person who is dependent on others, a lady who is always moaning, crying, and people sympathize me. Or either I can be a fighter, a winner, an inspiration for others. So many ladies going through the same pain I go through. So that made me think I should get up. I should tell the world, no, this is not end of the world. No, this is not end of the life. Life is beyond all these feelings and all these sorrows. You need to celebrate yourself rather than feeling sorry or pity for yourself.
I think this show is going to get very, very interesting, because I can see a lot of emotion in the studio today. I want to engage with all these people out there. I know you guys are listening in your cars, or you're listening at home, or live on Facebook. Engage, ask the questions, because sometimes asking that question can make a difference in your life as well, in your business, if you are doing something. It's 0116 4822 086, or you can text in on 077 488 55055. So you talked about setting up the business. So you've then now gone into business mode. How was it to understand the system in the UK? Obviously, did you get to understand these things easy? Do you have an accountant? What these are the questions a lot of people would ask.
It seems easy, but when you get into the system, you will realize there's so many things which we can't see as an overview. There's accountant, there's promotion strategies, there's staff hiring, there is other more stuff, like from decor to promotions. Everything needs proper attention. And business in Pakistan and here in UK is completely different. In every aspect, not like a customer services, but in every aspect. That was a challenge. And being a single mom, it was more harder for me to balance between my life and my professional as an entrepreneur duties. It was very hard.
So let's talk about some of the duties. So let's have a look at your day as a businesswoman. Okay, you have a child as well. So what would the process be? So you wake up in the morning. I'm guessing you're going to drop your child to school.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. And then straight into work.
Yeah, straight into work. Then from that work, I am a chef, I'm a promoter, social media promoter. I'm just stocking up. I'm managing my administrative duties, billing, customers, day-to-day things which is on my to-do list. So I have to go through every single day, through everything. And and on the way back, I have to think how I'm going to balance between my child and my business. Is always on my mind. It's 24/7 duties.
So a lot of pressure for you, I'm guessing. I mean, Akila, listening to her, you seem like you're in awe right now. What could you say about her?
I could say that I 100% relate to you, because I've got 2 children myself who are quite young. And for me, it's like trying to find that balance of trying to make something of myself, but at the same time giving my kids a good life and that attention, because kids need 24/7 attention. And sometimes it's like at night you just sit there and you think, am I doing enough for my kids? Am I giving them enough attention? Am I a good mum? Am I enough? And I think these are the questions that go through single parents when you're on your own, that am I enough? So like I want to know how you juggled all that, and then at the end of the day, what were your feelings and your emotions? Did you feel that you're doing, you're getting somewhere, or did you feel like, because for me, it's like at times I break down and I think it's too hard, I can't do it.
You can't be 100% for everything.
Very good question, Akila.
Yeah.
You can't be 100%. You can't be, sometimes you have to ignore, you can't give right amount of time to your kids. Sometimes you can't fulfill all the entrepreneur duties. And sometimes you have to forget about your own self. What you need space, you need time, you need to treat yourself. Yeah, it's a juggling. It's you can't make a balance, and it's very hard.
So what we're saying is that to get that balance must be very difficult. But saying that as well, there's going to be many women out there listening to the show, and probably men as well, because single parent doesn't just have to be a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we got men out there that are listening, and so you what you're saying from your case study is that the balance is a struggle, or does that improve over time?
It improves with the time, but it's a struggle in early days. It's 100% struggle, and sometimes people can't make proper balance between everything, and where something they have to drop. Either the kids they have to ignore, or the business they have to ignore.
Okay, I do have a different stance on that. It might be controversial to what you say, but for me, I feel like I will not strive to do more than I know that I'm not capable of. So for me, it's a balance of making sure my kids are well, making sure my business is thriving, and making sure I have a social life and I can go out and enjoy myself. And I think that's the difference between me and her, is she's worked so hard and she's sacrificed herself. But for me, I would never do that. I would never sacrifice myself and my own social life, or my kids, or my business. I will do everything, but I will do it in my time. Like for me, it's like, I don't care if it's going to take me 10 years, or I don't care how long it's going to take me, but I know I will get there. But at the same time, I won't sacrifice myself.
But what you got to remember, you're looking at a business model here.
Yeah.
So your business model, her business,
It's
totally
completely different,
So
yeah.
where she has to be, say she's got a takeaway restaurant, for example,
Yeah.
she has to be in there at certain times.
It's very hard,
It's very
yeah.
difficult. So I
Very,
get
very
your
hard.
side, and this is brilliant. I feel like I'm having a great debate here now, which is nice, and you switched it up a bit, Akila. But I feel that where Aisha's coming from is, everyone, see, what you got to remember in business, everyone has a journey.
Yeah.
Everyone has ambition. Your journey, your ambition, your priorities will be totally different to A, P, C, D, and E, F, G.
Exactly, yeah.
So her, you remember she like she mentioned, Aisha mentioned that she's come from abroad, she's come to the UK. She's in her mind, she feels she's at the back of the queue. So she feels you've got to work much, much harder to get. Would you agree with that, Aisha?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And I completely understand where you're coming from. And for me, it's like everybody's happiness and everybody's level of success is different. So for her level of success, and for her to work that hard, I have so much admiration for you and for you to get to where you are. But I feel everyone is different. And so as a single parent, your success is defined by what you want it to be defined by, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah, and the thing is, again, going back to the topic of single parent, we make it clear when we say single parent, we say men and women.
That.
So a lot of men and women are listening to this right now, and there's two different angles here. I'm listening to an angle of priority. I'm listening to an angle of, even if she wanted priority, it'd be very difficult to do that because of the circumstance of the business. Yeah. So every business can take a toll on an individual, and that's, I think, where Aisha's coming from. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Every business nature is different. The demands are different. But I do treat myself. I do take myself to shopping therapy whenever
I've seen a very nice car outside, so I can see you treat yourself very well.
Nice as well. But I do understand where you're saying that the initial sacrifice that you had to make to get to where you are now, and that is something that I admire about you, that you
This-
can sacrifice yourself that much to get to where you are today.
This is Ramadan Radio, Ramadan FM, sorry. And this is the business show with Naeem Brisco. Call in studio 0116 4822086, or send us a message if you're shy on 077 488 55055. So Aisha, you just saying something about, I like the fact that Akila mentioned that there's a different type of understanding on how people want to do it, because everyone has a different drive level. And what you got to remember in business, that depending on what you get yourself involved in, when you sort of sign yourself to doing something, you either give up and fail halfway through, and you say, no, what, I cannot fail. And with that comes something called sacrifice. Everyone has a level of sacrifice. And I feel with Aisha, because she's gone in and she's gone in hard, she knows that, she's got to work even harder. Talking about balance, all right? So a lot of the listeners will be listening in and talk about balance, because we've got two scenarios here. We've got a scenario where it's balanced differently, and with Aisha, it's balanced differently. How do you, I know we've discussed how you balance it. How does the priority level change? So how would you adapt that balance? In what scenarios would you change that balance?
My first priority is obviously my son, because he's very young at the moment, and I'm the father and I'm the mother at the moment. So I have to prioritize him, run my business. But I want to stand myself, and I'm doing this for him and for myself. So it's working both ways. I'm working hard for him, and I'm working hard with him. So if I'm saying I'm giving more time to business, it's not right, because then I'm ignoring my son. But if I'm just there listening to him and communicating with him, giving him proper time, then maybe losing a few bits from my duties from my business. So it's like I have decided my day. This part is for my son when he's home, and this part is for my business when he's in school. So this is how I decide my day. This is how I divide my day. So somehow I'm now balancing, not really good, but I'm trying to make everything good.
Do you know what I really like here is honesty. For someone to say, like for Aisha to say that, I get I'm not balancing it very well, but I'm trying to get, and I get that feeling because I go through that myself. Sometimes you're in a predicament where you're kind of unbalanced, and you're not balanced, and then you're trying to get balanced, and you get yourself balanced, and then you get unbalanced again. So I get that. I totally understand that.
At least I'm trying. I'm trying to get everything done nicely.
Yeah.
For my son, for my business, for my own self. So after 10 years when I sit, I know I've done this. This was my struggle. So I don't regret, I give up, or because of my son, I have to give up. But it's a beautiful journey. Like I'm taking everything together with me.
So quick question, right? What was the purpose of setting this business up?
Purpose was I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I don't want to people sympathize with me and feel pity for me. I want to be independent. Like,
have you always had that mindset growing up, or was it more so when you had a struggle in the UK and you thought, wait a minute, I need to step up my game a bit?
No, I think my father put this in our head. We were only two sisters. We don't have brother, and from a rural area of Pakistan, he always wanted us to do business. We are the first girls in the family who went to universities, to colleges. And it's a big thing at that times, and especially the countries like Pakistan.
Whereabouts are you in Pakistan again?
Gujar Khan.
Gujar Khan, okay. Akila, Akila's thinking, Gujar Khan, where is that?
I don't know anything about
Whereabouts is
Pakistan.
Gujar Khan, by the way?
Main city.
Whereabouts is it in Pakistan? What's the
It's
nearest
near
local?
capital, Islamabad.
Islamabad, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Yes, Akila.
No, I don't know. But do you know, I understand that obviously with her there's a cultural element to it. And like you said, the way you find it hard to balance everything, I'm the same. I find it hard to balance everything. And some days it's like, I feel like, yeah, you know what, I've got it. I've balanced it. My kids are well. My business is doing well. I'm doing well. But then other days I just feel like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, some days you feel lost, you feel low.
And you feel all over the place.
It's all about keep going.
But what brings that lowness in? This for the listeners and viewers to kind of get that. What do you mean by low?
I think lowness is because you're doing it on your own and you don't have the support of anyone. It's you and your kids. You're the only adult in your house.
True.
It's you and your kids. You have no one. I think that's
even
the
when
hardest
you're driving,
thing.
You're driving, you're thinking something. You're going to bed, you're thinking something.
Exactly. You're constantly on the go.
Yeah.
You don't have a time to rest. And I think what she said about it being a beautiful journey, it's being a beautiful journey in its struggle, in its pain, in its hardship, and in its love and sacrifice and the people that you meet. And I think that is the beautiful journey of single parenthood.
What would you say, Aisha, to people listening right now? So you've got many Aishas out there now, and they're listening to you. A similar circumstance. What message would you give to that audience?
I think don't give up. First believe in Allah and then believe in yourself. If you make intention to do something, then trust in Him and then yourself. And keep going, keep trying. Don't lose hope. And Allah will make ways for you. And miracles happen every day. You are one of the miracles. So believe in miracles. Don't let people get you. Don't let them surround you with the negativeness, with the series of pain you go through. Don't let it get you from anywhere. Don't let people to think, oh, her life is finished now. She can't do anything. She is just surrounded by the four walls, and she is single mom. She can't do anything. You are capable of reach to the sky. You can make your name. You can build your own reputation. No one can stop you.
Aisha, I'm going to say something right now. Yeah. I'm going to be straight with you. You know, as you're saying that, I was just looking at you, and people listening right now, they don't really see our faces much unless they're on Facebook. That really made my hair rise from my arm right now. What you just said. That is one of the most probably in my shows that I've had over the years. It's probably the best statement I've ever heard, and genuine, coming from the heart. So thank you actually for saying that on this show, and thank you for letting the listeners hear that, because a lot of people are going to hear that and they're gonna feel that, because we're feeling in here, they're going to feel it outside. Akila.
That it is really emotional. I felt that completely, and I agree to you 100%. Is to just keep going and don't let anyone put you down. And I'm a big believer of supporting women, and that's
why not men? Why do you keep talking about women? No, on a serious level, why not men? What's wrong with men? Not on a level. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I'm a big supporter of supporting men too.
Oh, good. But Thank you.
But the thing is, it's because of, and I'm a supporter of men and women. I'm a supporter of the human race.
Thank you. That's much better. I like that.
Covers it up very well.
She finished it good. She's good.
The reason I say women is because I'm a woman.
Yeah,
so obviously I'm going to support my own gender more than anyone else.
Well, I disagree with that. I feel that we should support each other regardless of gender. Agree. What do you think, Aisha, to that?
I do 100%
totally
agree
with that.
I have male friends and who I support, but at the same time, being a woman is different. It's completely different to being a man. Men are used to being the hierarchy. So now women are being the hierarchy. Why not support each other? And why not say, you know what, sis, you've done well. I'm proud of you.
No.
Because men do that to each other all the time. Women don't.
Okay,
we don't get together. And do
what would you say to that?
Women don't normally say this to each other.
So we need women like that to say, you know what, you look gorgeous, you're doing well, you're doing amazing, I love you. And that's the kind of energy we need between women.
Yeah, true.
100%. Okay, so this is a great show. I feel like the odd one out. I think me and the guy in the back of the studio should get, have a team ready for this. But no, it's beautiful to see sisters together supporting each other. But my story, what I would say to people is that, as an individual, yes, you have your own gender that you want to support. Yeah. I get that. But I just feel that generally we live in a time and age now where, we all got to support each other. Because weakness, mental health, hardship comes for a lot. And I'll tell you one thing, and I'll say it on the show as it is. I know many single parents that are men that are going through exactly the same thing. And if they heard you're saying women, they would be like, wait a minute, what about us? And so we've got what I would recommend and advise everybody, and this is for everybody, just a learning curve, constructive feedback. Yes, we support each other. Yes, but I feel that there's somebody out there that can hear it, and it's good to support everybody. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, true. We should.
I think Aisha disagrees with everything I say. I like Aisha. She's cool.
No, the reason I said women is for the reasons I said women, but I do support everyone, literally. You should know that.
A good girl. We've got some messages coming in here. So, Akila, do you want to read that at the top there, please?
Which one? Salam, what are the sisters' businesses?
So what businesses have you got? So let's start with Aisha first.
I have a business, Chai Chaska, but now it's converted into like a more grill business on Uppingham Road.
Brilliant. And Akila?
I have a art business. I'm an artist, so I do Islamic-based art or any kind of art for clients' homes, and I run that on Instagram.
Brilliant. We've got some more messages coming in. That now that it's the happy hour of messages, I think people have woken up now. How do you pass on your business to children that have grown up when you get old or overworked? Actually, a good question, guys. Let's start with Aisha, because Aisha's in business currently, and she's got. We're talking about the balance feature there. So the question is, how do you pass a business to children that have grown when you get old or overworked?
I think I made up my mind before that.
Okay.
I also told my son, you're going to look after business after me when I get old, and I need to stay home more because of my age. And I think he's more willing to take over.
How old is he?
He's just 7 years old.
He's not messing about. He's a true entrepreneur.
He's a very good boy. He always helped me in cleaning.
Mashallah.
He stands on the still and serve customers.
Mashallah.
He's good.
And he's 7, yeah?
He's
fantastic. 7. So he's learning from his mom.
Yeah.
And he's learning some amazing stuff there.
Yeah.
So the question is that, another question I'd ask from that as well, what happens if he doesn't want to continue it?
I think this is how you brought up your kids. What you put this in their heads. If you put the good things, obviously, I keep telling him, like, you need to do your own business. You need to look after this business. I'm doing this for you. One day I'm gonna go retire, and you're gonna look after. So you're gonna be a boss. You're gonna have people for a job. And I think it's a good thing he's keeping this in his mind, like, I'm going to look after my business.
We've got another question here. I think this is pointed towards Akila, controversial, she said earlier on. Well, someone just mentioned we should all support each other regardless of popularity or status of the business. And I totally agree with you, Yusuf Hajat, on that one. Thank you, buddy.
We should all support each other regardless of popularity or status of the business. I 100% agree with that.
Thank you. So
I am, just to be clear, guys, I am a supporter of every single person.
So just for the record, are you going to reverse that for a second and say now that you support men and women?
I support men and women.
Thank you.
I know a lot of single parents.
Okay, we can move away from that now. That's fine. So Aisha just mentioned something. Now, I'm going to ask you the question now. I'll get 2 different business models. You're an artist. She's full-time in this sort of environment of a takeaway stroke restaurant. In terms of that question of if you have children and would you pass it down, how would you work around that? Because obviously you've got a skill being an artist. The kids might not have that skill. So how would you work around that one?
Obviously, it would be my business, and I am the artist. So it's not something that I could pass down, really. It just depends on my kids and what they want to do with their life, and I would support them in what they want to. And like Aisha said, I would give them the knowledge and understanding to go and educate themselves, go and learn about the world, and then decide what they want to do with their lives.
We've got 16 minutes left till the show ends. This is Business Show with Naeem Brisco. We have Akila here and Aisha. 2 great guests today. I think me and Keela have had a bit of banter today. We can do, because she's my sister-in-law. We have that banter. The call-in studio line is 0116 4822 Or you can WhatsApp us. Again, I always say this, if you're shy of your voice, not a problem. Text in on 077 488 55055. We're on Facebook Live at the moment, Ramadan.fm. So get your messages coming in. And to be honest with you, great show. Nice, relaxed show. Quite emotional at times in terms of the stories that we're hearing or the experiences. So the last 15 minutes, we like to turn everything to a positive. Like, we're going to look at the whole, single parent thing. And I hear the struggle, I hear this, but what's next? What's next, and what's positive? What have you gained? What positiveness have you gained by running your own business, Aisha?
Confidence. And now first I was a bit doubtful about myself. I can't do it, or maybe I can do it or not. But now I understand, no, I have abilities, I have skill, I have courage. I can go forward. I can do whatever I can achieve.
Did it take a lot of time to get to that level? I mean, initially when you're setting your business up and getting to that level, did it take a bit of time for that confidence to kick in?
It takes time.
How long roughly in time would that take? Because a lot of the listeners might think, wait a minute, I'm not as confident. How long did it take this lady to become confident?
When I started business, so many people were asked this question, like, how come you that confident you can run a business? You just been through a rough patch of your life. But it takes maybe a night, or maybe a year, or maybe years to know your own self, to know what you can do. But I think it's individually different for everyone. For me, it takes me 2 to 3 months to realize, yes, I can do it, and I will do it. I will make it possible. It's in my mind. It's a saying, if you win in your head, you will win in reality.
Beautiful. And also I like the word that I will. I will is a very, very important word in business, saying I will do this. Yeah. Not I'm going to try to do it. I will do it. And I like the confidence there.
Because if you're winning, if you're thinking about other people, you never get nowhere.
Focus on yourself. That's the main thing.
Just focus what you're doing, and all that you need. You need Allah on your way, on your side, and yourself on your side. That's it.
I'm going to twist it up a little bit here as well, because I like to make my shows a bit fun. I know, I'm going to twist it up a little bit.
Any more controversial questions?
No, I'm going to twist it up a bit. You mentioned something right now that, forget what people say and stuff. That's a very, very important thing you've just said right now, because, in business, being in business for many, many years, the biggest critique or someone who's going to put you down is the people that are the closest around you. So how do you, as a person, because it's a skill, because I know that skill. I do that skill on a daily basis. And I'm sure Akila will probably go through that too. How do you deal with that? You've got to be very thick-skinned to take criticism and carry on.
It happened to me
She's smiling, she knows what I mean.
So many times, and honestly, I ignore everything. I just focus on
what I'm saying is that when you first hear things early days, you want people to be happy for you, right? And then when people are saying it could be a little negative thing that someone says to you, and you think, wait a minute, why have they said that? And if you believe that, you're going to go downhill, right?
Yeah, it's again a saying. If they're saying things behind your back, they are behind for a reason.
She's awesome. You know what? That was awesome. I mean, Akila, a fair point she mentioned that, and this is, I feel, I'm happy you brought this topic up, because in business, the hardest thing in business is feedback. And sometimes feedback can divert your position of where you're going to go. So a lot of you listeners out there listening, when you're setting a business up, feedback is something you thrive for, because the feedback is what's going to make you be better, or you know you're doing the right thing. But sometimes feedback can be a negative thing, because that feedback's not genuine.
True.
Agree with that? Yeah. Akila, what would you say to that?
100% agree. It has to come from somebody who wants to see you happy and do well. If it's coming from a place of hate or jealousy, then, as time goes on, you start to see it and you start to understand it. And then it just doesn't bother you anymore.
But I think the thick skin thing is a vital thing in business. You've got to be thick skinned. You've got to take constructive feedback and criticism. You can't get angry about it. Just listen. And if you don't agree with it, you keep quiet and you carry on.
Just take a deep breath and let them say what they want to say. Think what they want to think.
Brilliant. Okay, so Aisha and Akila, thanks for coming onto the show. I just want to repeat this telephone. Akila, could you read that number for us, please? The top one studio line.
Which one? I can't see it.
It's at the top of the screen there.
The mobile one?
No, just at the top there.
0116?
Yes, please.
Oh, it's 0116 482206.
And the text in line is?
It's 077 48 855 055.
Brilliant. She could do the jingle on the next show. So if we have a show in the future, we'll get Akila to do the jingle. She's really good at that. Moving forward now. So we've talked about hardship. Let's talk about success. Because business has two elements to it. It has, unfortunately, it has a failure part to it. Unfortunately, and it's a fact, and it has success. Now, in business, if you were to go through a down point and a successful point, how do you deal with that?
When you start a business, obviously you're gonna think first about the failure, because success is unexpected thing.
Yes.
But if you are not succeeding, so don't lose hope. I'm repeating, don't lose hope. If it's not coming your way, it's coming Allah's way. And maybe it's again, we heard so many times, either you learn or either you win. There's no such word lose. So if you're thinking about losing, you will lose. But just concentrate, I'm going to learn from it. I'm not going to lose from it.
So I'm going to share something personal with you guys before I read this message on screen. That, you know, there's something called positive law of attraction, right? Have you heard of the phrase, Akila, positive law of attraction?
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe that if you think positively, no matter what happens, it will go right. Obviously, believing in Allah but positive law of attraction has worked for me, and sometimes by thinking negative, you doubt yourself, so it already goes wrong at the beginning. Let's read this message here. So we've got a message here from Mr. Hajat Reviews, lovely brother. Keep pushing yourself. Never give up. Positive thinking is the way forward. Negative thinking will only put doubts in your mind. And just exactly what we were saying right now. Perfect. We've got another lady, Maysaz as mentioned.
Oh, I know her. I know she's. I know her from Instagram. I met her on
I know
Instagram.
her too.
Okay. So let me read the message. Calm down, guys. Bloody hell.
Getting too excited.
Please. Okay. You're gonna break people's earwaves now in a minute. So May says, Aisha and Akil, I have huge respect for you both as you as individuals, having so much of your own to go through. You both have been a part of my social media family and supporting me with so much encouragement and being an inspiration to me, guys. Jazakallah from the heart. That's a nice one.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Misa.
And the thing is, right now, you know, I've got these headphones on, yeah, so we can hear our own voice. As soon as Akila went on that mic, I mean, I could hear I had to pull off the headphone for a second. I apologize to all the listeners out there and the viewers that if it was a loud noise, I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's done it again. No, I'm joking. Okay, guys, so Ramadan.fm, it's a nice engagement here. We've got some more questions here. Question for the sister artist. What is your favorite artwork she has painted and the most difficult she has painted? Very good question, Akila, to you.
My most favorite one was my moon piece. And it was for a client, and he loves space and moon. And just doing that piece, just the emotion behind it and the feeling behind it, it was such an inspirational journey for me to go through that. And what was the other bit?
What was the hardest one, Akila?
The hardest. The hardest.
As in was a tough painting to do?
I wouldn't say any of them are hard because they're all completely different. So I'm always learning with every single painting. And for me, it's not about the technique or the skill. It's mostly about the emotion that I put into my art. And that brings about the technique and the skill and what I want to do with the art. For me, with my art, it's always about emotion more than anything else.
Brilliant. And Aisha, do you like art?
Yeah, I'm a painter. I was a painter.
Really?
I used to make sketches.
Can I say something? You've kept that very quiet, didn't you, till the end of the show? Interesting.
We have another artist in the studio.
And what do you do? What kind of paintings do you do?
I make sketches from like face.
Portraits, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, portraits, yeah.
Brilliant. I'd like to see your work. If you've got some time, send it through. And maybe you listeners out there, if you send it through, we could probably put on the Ramadan.fm. And it's the same with you, Akila, this moon piece. I want to see what that looked like. And a lot of people want to see it too. So send that picture through to me and we'll get it on Ramadan.fm just for people to get an idea of your artwork.
Definitely have a look on my Instagram page and have a look at my artwork and tell me what you think. I love feedback on my artwork, even if it's criticism on my artwork. I love it. As an artist, I need that feedback. I thrive off it.
Brilliant. Akila said it well. So we've got about 5 minutes left on the show now. So we're going to finish off with some. I do this on every show. I put some keywords on, and then you guys kind of relate that word to something. But that would be in the last couple of minutes. So if you guys are listening, tune in for that. It'd be really good. Okay, we've got Siri talking in the office as well, which is in the studio. Sorry. So Aisha, moving forward, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I think opening chains of restaurants and with my son, obviously, and he's my partner in business. And
Wow, mashallah.
and
MashaAllah.
and inshallah.
Carry on. We had the studio guy press that button again, buddy, please.
MashaAllah.
Fantastic. Love it. Sorry, carry on.
So I think that's all for 10 years.
So do us a favor, when you get that chain of stores, don't forget the show, and please come back on the show when you've got these stores as well.
You
That'd
have
be beautiful.
already done my printing and my signboards.
Oh yes. I don't like people to mention that on the show, but yes, we'll keep that we'll talk privately about what I do.
You were my number one choice at that time.
Yeah, I remember. She was like, "You got to get this done for me." Okay, Keela, where do you see yourself in the next sort of 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, I see myself as a known artist. I want to be known. I want my artwork to be out there, and I want it to be in homes around the UK. That's where I see myself in 10 years. I want to see my kids thriving, and I want to be financially stable, and I want to be healthy mentally.
Aisha, quick question to the listeners out there. Single parents, men or women. I made that very clear, Keela. Sorry, by the way. Men and women. What would you say to the single parents right now?
To all the single moms, please don't.
And dads, please.
Single parent.
Parents. Moms
Single
and dads.
parent.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I'm sorry. Single parent, either your mom, either you're male or female. Please don't give up. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Don't let people feel sorry for yourself. Pick yourself up. Build your own reputation. Build a empire for you and for your kids. You can do anything what you want to do. Don't let your friends, your family tell you, oh, your life is finished, you can't do it, or you can't achieve it. You just do stereotypical jobs. No, if you want to make yourself, go for it, and at least try for it.
Perfect. And Akila, you got a minute roughly to give that message out as well. What would you say to single parents out there?
I just want to say that I'm a supporter of men and women. Let's just get that clear for 1 second, okay? But
She's on the giggles now. It's not going to stop now.
okay.
She's on the giggles. It will not stop, I know, because this is not going to stop now. But Akila, come on, compose. We're live on air.
Okay, keep going. Do not give up, and have a support system around you of other single parents and other people who are in the same boat as you, and just kind of lift each other up and support each other. And I have an amazing social media family who help me do just that.
Brilliant. Very quickly, please, Aisha, you want to say something?
Yeah. I want to say, if you see, sorry, Akila, again.
Yeah.
For single moms, if you see single mom, please help them rather than picking on them. Please.
Okay, brilliant. Guys, we're on 1 minute, 47 seconds left. And I want to finish on a quick fire round, guys. So you ready? We're going to be quick, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to say a word. Akila, you start because you've done this with me before, and then she'll get the gist of it, yeah? So the word is Leicester.
UK.
UK, I think.
Okay, so what I would have said, if you said Leicester, I'd say my community.
Okay.
Or say, my family. I don't know. I'm just giving you guys a tip.
Yeah.
I'm going to start again. So I'm going to say business.
Home.
Struggle.
Okay, you've got me. My next one was going to be struggle. So I'm going to say struggle.
Pain.
Success.
Wow. Hardship.
Ease.
Yeah, after struggle, you will get success.
Yep.
After hardship comes ease.
Yep.
There's always hope at the end.
Yeah.
time
So we're going to say last couple ones now before we shut down. You ready, Akila? Artiste.
Artist, me.
Good.
Food.
And single parents.
Love, unity, hope.
A heart of a strong heart,
Strong heart. Brilliant, guys. So this is Ramadan.fm. This is the business show with Naeem Brisco. It's been a great day today. Have you enjoyed it, Aisha, today?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Akila?
Of course.
Brilliant. We've had a good show today. And I just want to say to all the listeners there and the viewers, thank you for joining us today. It's been a different kind of show, not your typical show. Sometimes we ask a couple of questions. We like to get in there, understand a bit better. But it's been a pleasure to have these two guests on the show. This is Naeem Brisco on the business show. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi